Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Monday night NFL recap time. We're going to go through all 16 games this week, talk about what went down in the NFL, give you guys our quick takes on all of the games. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah. Seattle stand out.
All right, let's get started, guys. So
First game, Thursday Night Football, Giants, Washington.
It was a great game. I think it was one of the worst penalties I've seen in my life. That literally single-handedly cost them the
heartbreaking
game.
loss for the Giants.
The Giants
Williams was not offsides.
The Giants had like so many opportunities. They had a drop touchdown, a terrible offsides penalty call. It was all around just a bad game for the Giants.
And Washington,
And
a
also-
quote-unquote best defense, let up 29 points.
Yeah.
to
Daniel
the Giants.
Jones. So
And Saquon, who had like 50 rushing yards.
Yeah, Saquon had one good play. All right, Raiders, Steelers. Raiders,
Wow,
I was shocked.
That was a great game.
I was shocked. I thought the Steelers were going to win at home with a great defense against the Raiders, who aren't that very good. But the Raiders, maybe they are good.
no
'cause they
Josh
just beat the
Jacobs,
Steelers.
and they still win versus the Steelers with a great defense. That's a huge
Derek
win.
Carr,
huge
is he
win.
the MVP right now?
I would not say
Hey,
so.
right now. Right now.
I think Raiders
if
are
the
a
season ended
contender.
right now.
All
Derek
right,
Carr.
Contender.
49ers beat the Eagles 17-11.
This was
Man.
an ugly game. No
Yeah.
one scored for like the entire.
Honestly,
first
I
quarter,
thought
pretty
Jimmy
much.
G was gonna get benched for a while.
Turning
he
point
was
in this
playing
game.
really bad.
3-0. Eagles had the ball up 3-0, and they call a Philly special. I'm not sure what the call was, and that just might have cost them the game in that play. 4th and goal, you can't score on 1st and goal. Yeah, Eagles
Yeah, that
choke
was-
job.
And
pretty
Jalen Hurts, had
I
a
thought Hurts
great,
had it.
great
Hurts
game.
did all right,
Only
but-
11 points today. Let's move on.
All right, Browns beat the Texans 31-21.
Yeah, Texans looked
Tyrod
pretty
Taylor
good.
got injured, and
Tyrod
that kind
out.
of ruined it.
Davis Mills, Stanford guys,
I'm a
going to come out.
little bit worried about the Texans at this point. They need Deshaun to come back to save their season.
But Texans looked okay.
They looked
Considering
okay.
I had them at one win this
And
entire
on the
year.
on the Brown
They're
side,
already at that.
on the
I
Brown
had them
side,
at 6. I think I have to drop them without their starting
Nick
QB.
Chubb's still one of the best running backs
Oh
in the
my
league.
gosh.
And Kareem
the
Hunt's a
Browns
really
run the
good
ball
number
so
two.
well.
And
Really
they added
good.
some random new guy, Demetrius Melton or something like that, and
Yeah.
he took
He
an
had a great
Odell
run.
spot and had a receiving
Yeah.
touchdown. So huge win for the Browns.
All right, Broncos beat the Jags 23-13.
T-Law looked really bad, guys. T-Law right
Okay.
now, again,
I'm worried about T-Law.
not trying to overreact. It's only his second game of his NFL career, but he needs to get some stuff together. The Broncos and the Texans are not the best teams in the NFL.
Teddy B's looked
And
good
he
though.
did not look good.
He lost to 2 teams. Both teams had a combined amount of 10 wins last year. Like, he's not losing to good teams. He's losing to bad teams.
To be fair, it's the Jaguars. He doesn't
5
have
picks
much.
already in his
he doesn't
NFL
have many
career.
offensive weapons to be working.
No, he doesn't.
Sutton had another
But
great game though.
5
Broncos,
picks in his NFL. I thought the Broncos were gonna start off 0-3.
2-0?
They're 2-0 right now. I'll admit I was wrong about the Broncos. Panthers crushed the Saints 26-7.
Jameis Winston MVP chance got to be gone now.
Yeah,
guys.
the Jameis Winston had his one-day MVP campaign, and now he's back to being average Jameis.
But the Panthers did score 26 points versus
And
a
the
good
Panthers look
defense.
good.
So the Panthers look pretty
The
solid.
last year we were
the Panthers
saying-
look like a borderline
Panthers-
playoff team. I
yeah,
think.
the defense
And
was
last
solid.
year we were saying, I think the Panthers are going to take a big step.
Yeah.
this
McCaffrey
next
is
year,
back. He's
and
huge.
He is. McCaffrey living up to the number one fantasy guy.
The NFC looks really good right now. That's what I'm going to say. The NFC played some great games.
Speaking of NFC, Rams.
beat the Colts 27-24.
Oh.
Okay, the Colts.
Jacob
This
Eason,
one,
you suck.
the Colts had a chance, and honestly, it's not. The Rams should have lost that game. I
They
mean,
played
if not for
terrible second
Carson
half.
Wentz getting injured, Carson Wentz in that game, the Colts would have won.
Eason
So
had a chance
that's
to go down the field and win the
unfortunate.
game. And
Very
then
sad as a Seahawks.
Eason could have made his Eason could have made Washington happy. Instead, he
Yeah.
throws a pick right at Jalen Ramsey. Game over.
Yeah. All right, Bills destroy the Dolphins 35-0.
0 points.
I'm gonna be
guys,
honest.
For
I'm-
Tua.
I'm-
Tagovailoa.
Tua got injured,
he
carted off
didn't-
the field,
Tua
out for the year.
Tua literally played 2 snaps, but the X-rays came back negative,
Oh,
so
negative.
he's probably. But literally, I'm out on the. I thought the Dolphins were going to win the division. I now think they are going to miss the playoffs
Yeah.
entirely. They
Dolphins
looked.
did not look good.
They played so
think,
bad
again,
at
this is
home
really
against the
early.
Bills. No, I'm sorry. I'm out on the Dolphins.
you
gotta
can't score a
prove it to
point
me
at
now.
home. No.
Yeah, not able to score a single point. I mean, the Bills, they gave up 20 against the Steelers last week. Okay, Patriots 25-6 against the Jets. Let's talk about Zach Wilson for a second.
Oh my
Four
lord. Zach Wilson was
interceptions.
terrible.
4 interceptions.
He is not number 2 pick worthy.
Sam
Yikes.
Darnold looks way better than Zach Wilson.
Yikes. Zach Wilson is not good.
Some of the picks were bad too.
Mac Jones didn't even play very well. and
It-
the Pats
One
still
of them
scored
went through
25.
his receiver's hands,
Yeah,
and one of them was tipped, but one of them went literally directly
and
to
the
his
other
safety,
one
and
was
it
just
did not move.
and one of them
So-
we just threw it to him as well. 4 picks and almost a half. It's just awful.
And he does have,
That's
Corey
Nathan
Davis is a
Peterman.
solid receiver.
Corey Davis is a good receiver.
Yeah.
I'm taking Mac Jones over
Jamison
Zach
Crowder is not a
Wilson.
bad receiver.
All right.
I'm taking Mac Jones over
Mac
Josh
Jones,
Allen.
average.
Me
That's
too.
all you can
I'm
really
taking
say.
Jones over Wilson, but that's the only quarterback.
At
I
this
would
point,
take
Jones
over.
has been the best QB in the rookie class through 2 games.
But I think Zach's a better prospect than Mac. I still do. I think Mac is like almost
No,
at his potential.
honestly, I
think Zach
disagree.
has more potential.
I thought even going into the draft that Zach Wilson was the most overrated QB. I thought that Mac had more potential than Zach.
I guess.
I think Kyle Trask has more potential than Zach Wilson at this point.
Wow.
I'm really
Nice.
low on Zach.
Wow.
Always have been. All right, Bears 2017 against the Bengals. Andy Dalton gets hurt.
Justin
Justin Fields
Fields
comes in and does not much, but
Field
he
goals.
managed.
He does enough. The
He
defense
game
looked
managed
good.
the game. Yes, the Bears defense played really well.
Is the defense
Joe
good or
Burrow
is
kind
Burrow
of
just
disappeared.
not very good? Yeah.
Joe
I mean,
Burrow and
disappeared.
Chase disappeared.
I-
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Burrow threw a pick 6.
Jamar
All right.
had a touchdown.
All right. Bucks 48-25 over the Falcons. Tom
Tampa
Brady.
Bay, Tom
by the
Brady.
way, the Bucks have been a team for 20 years. This is the first time in history that a QB for the Bucks has thrown 5 TDs in multiple games, which is Tom Brady. So he's literally been there for 1 season and 2 games, and he's already
As
the
of
best
now,
QB
the
they've ever
Bucks
had.
looks like the best team in the NFC. So
Oh my gosh, I think they're my Super Bowl favorites at this point.
yeah, Bucks are elite.
Bucks, and a good thing for the Falcons after putting up 3 points. I know there's not many positives, but you put
Their
up 20,
offense
you
came
put up-
alive at the end.
You put up 25 against a pretty good defense. I mean, you gotta look at some positives
Yeah.
for the Falcons. So
All right,
your
Cardinals.
defense, on the other hand,
Cardinals 34-33.
Vikings choke
Vikings
job.
missed a
Make a
last
field
minute
goal,
field
you
goal.
dweebs.
I was
Come
actually
on.
surprised the
we're now
Vikings
last
hung in
place
there.
in the NFC West.
Yeah, Seahawks are last.
I
in
was
NFC
surprised the
West.
Vikings hung in there. I thought this was a blowout for the Cardinals, but Kirk Cousins, credit to him, he played a great game. Unfortunately, the Vikings don't have many players on defense at all, and once again, the Vikings defense chokes late.
And speaking of
and then the
MVPs,
Vikings
Kyler Murray.
offense. Can you believe that Vikings have the lead, 33-31, give up a field goal, 34-33. They drive down the field, have a chance to win. What do? Miss the field goal.
Kyler Murray's elite.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's great.
MVP.
I've been saying that since the start of last year. People just don't realize. Titans.
Let's go Cowboys Chargers. Let's
Okay,
just finish
Cowboys Chargers 20-17. Great game on the Cowboys and the Chargers. I like that they actually these teams. I expected to be a shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
No.
defensive game.
Dak versus Herbert, but it was pretty low scoring.
Yeah.
The Cowboys completely
Zeke
shifted.
is just not good though.
The Cowboys completely shifted
Zeke
their
had
whole
70 rushing
philosophy.
yards and a
70?
touchdown. And
Okay.
but Tony Pollard had the better game.
Yeah, Pollard is.
But Cowboys completely shifted their philosophy. They went from like just throwing the ball,
To run.
not even giving it to Zeke, and having a defensive game with running the football.
Yeah.
The last thing we would have expected. Colin Cowherd had a whole segment on how the Cowboys can only win one way.
Amari
not
Cooper
to shootout.
disappeared from me
They
today.
can only win one way, and they definitely won a different way today than if they did win the Bucks. It'd be totally different. Greg the leg with a really clutch
Yeah, zero
hit
line.
from like what 55 something deep.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right.
All right, last game of the Sunday afternoon. Seahawks Titans.
Oh, we were at the game.
Seth and I were at
in
the
the
game.
field.
What
Hype,
a
first
sad,
game back, but we blew a
sad
14-point
game.
lead, 15-point lead at the
They didn't
half.
take a little extra time here, guys. So
33.
Seth,
So
Oh, man.
we
Seth,
were
go
winning the
first.
entire game.
In the first half, we were dominating. Honestly, it was just a dominating
24-9.
performance. We were throwing bombs to Lockett. Freddie, not Freddie Swain, but that was second half. But people were getting involved. The offense was moving. Carson was still pretty slow, but the defense held.
Hudson had 2 touchdowns.
The defense held Henry to 40 yards in the first half. We were very solid with that. That's a fine performance. Coming to the second half and
Not only was
offense.
it 40 yards. It's 40 yards, like 12 carries.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a lot of carries.
Offense goes a little quiet in the second half. We start off the game pretty bad. One big play to Freddie Swain, and it looks like we're gonna dominate the game again until the defense falls apart. Henry gets going, and in overtime.
Our defense was just nowhere.
In
the
overtime,
second half.
a bad play calling, and we got the ball back in overtime. We did some terrible play calling.
I
and we
don't-
lost that game.
Go ahead.
It was annoying to me that it's not that we were running the ball bad. We were running in some trouble, but we were doing it all right. And then we just decided, you know what, we're just gonna stop running. The problem is Russell Wilson just wasn't seeing very well. I mean, he was making some good throws when the receivers were wide open. But other than that, I mean, he missed some throws to DK. DK also had some really bad PI calls, which are just annoying
Some
to me.
taunting, some bad stuff from
I'm
our team.
worried that DK is gonna blow up because he's not getting the ball as much as Lockett, like he did that last
he
year.
probably will.
My
That's-
perspective on the
I
game
don't know,
is
I'm worried.
I don't really think this is.
Then Russ almost gave them the game by getting sacked in the end zone.
Yeah, that sequence at the end where we get a stop for once, we finally get a stop on
Yeah.
defense, and then we do a pass to Lockett in double coverage. Not a good pass, not a good read,
Yeah, bad.
not a good play call. At least try to get a couple yards on the ground.
We should have.
And then
did.
over the head
Overthrow
of
DK,
DK,
which
yeah.
was he was open. You just overthrew him, Russ. So that's
And then what
kinda-
I saw was a safety, but
and then a safety, which was luckily was not a safety.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
forced
it
us
looked to me
punt.
like it was in the end zone.
And Dixon can't punt the ball 100 yards. He's not Jesus. He can only punt it 50 yards, which puts them in the field goal range immediately, and they can get a field goal
literally
for the
like
win.
2 Derrick Henry rushes and they're already in
Yeah.
field goal range.
So I
my,
don't
my
know.
take on the game was I think the whole thing with like Shane Waldron being a really good offensive coordinator or whatever. After
I
the
don't
first
know
game,
about
I
that.
believed that, but then the second game was like it looked like the exact same
Same,
offense
yeah.
from last year. There was no.
It was like
small,
Brian Schottenheimer.
There were no small passes over the middle of the field. Gerald Everett had one catch this whole game. They were just throwing the ball deep to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf this entire game, which is fine because
No, it's
got
not
point,
fine.
but
That's what we
gotta,
were wanting them to
mix,
change.
You gotta mix in other things though,
Yeah.
right? I'm all for throwing the deep ball to arguably two of the best guys in the NFL at catching deep passes, and Russell Wilson maybe the best guy at throwing them.
Yeah.
But you also gotta make the defense commit to these 5-yard throws, which was what Ryan Tannehill was really doing the entire game.
To credit the Titans, they threw a bunch of over the
Yeah,
middle.
there was a point when I came to realize we are done running the football, and the Titans defense, they also realized that, and as soon as they realized that, we couldn't do anything in passing game. You really need to have
In the second half, we had a fumble recovery that then scored, right?
That was huge.
That.
Rasheem Green.
So
Kerry
that's
Hyder.
7 points,
go.
or actually, what, 6 because of Jason Myers? I
Yeah.
guess that was 7. And then we had a blown coverage for Freddie Swain. Other than that, our offense did absolutely nothing. So we had 14 points that was pretty much handed to us. And other than that, Russell Wilson didn't do much. The play calling was absolute garbage. Chris Carson was not great.
And our defense got exposed. They found the soft spot in our zone. Over the middle to Derrick Henry to number 85. I don't know who that is, but they just found a little dinky
we gave them
mid-range
so
passes
many yards.
turned into big yards.
Why are we playing zone?
And DK Metcalf- DK
We're
Metcalf-
playing
That's
zone
not
because DJ Reed and Trey Flowers
Metcalf-
can't guard.
We
DK
don't
Metcalf,
have good cornerbacks.
Julio and
yeah, that's
AJ
the
Brown.
problem.
DK Metcalf has to get his stuff together. 4 penalties in 3 catches. Just not acceptable.
Yeah, it's
Let's
bad.
move on.
All right, Sunday Night Football, Ravens completely
Crazy game.
Great
I
game.
called it. Not gonna.
Lamar started off
Not gonna
terrible.
brag,
Tyrann
but I
Matthew.
Fourth down. Go to a reaction.
Lamar,
Fourth down.
Tyrann
Lamar
Matthew picked
Jackson,
6, but-
he's not good at throwing the football.
He's a runner.
Only two interceptions, 1 touchdown,
He's a
203
runner.
yards, 107 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns in 16 carries.
6.7
He is
yard
carrying.
average, yeah.
He's-
Imagine this team, but then add in Le'Veon Bell. They could be still good.
Game-winning touchdown by
Do you need a great
Lamar.
running back when you had Lamar Jackson?
Well,
Game-winning touchdown turns into
probably
a...
not, honestly.
The defense has to respect.
Mahomes
the defense
also
anyways.
played great. Not to take it away from him. 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Mr.
24
Clyde.
for 31. Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't do great.
Fumbled the ball within the clutch when they're in field goal range to win the game. He gets poked out, and then the Ravens go for it on 4th and 1 and steal the game with the win, 36-35.
Yeah. Credit to the Ravens. Tyreek Hill disappeared in this game. Travis Kelce also pretty much disappeared except for he had one 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Other than that, he had 6 other catches, but only for about 50 yards. Other than that, one 50-yard touchdown. But
Travis
yeah,
Kelce still had 109 yards.
yeah, he
didn't
had one.
disappear at all.
He had one big play, but other than that,
Yeah.
I had 6 small plays.
And then Lions, Packers, they get the win. I think we kind of all expected that. And Jared Goff is the quarterback everyone come to expect. And Aaron Rodgers, small bounce back, but just not the MVP from last year. So, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
There we go. There's our NFL recap.
If you guys like this,
all
we can try to
16
we can try to
games.
do this every week if you guys want to. We'll be back with some power rankings and what else?
Yeah, power
maybe
rankings
an actual
Tuesday.
show for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
And that's pretty
Maybe
much
get
it.
some guests
Mariners
back.
baseball pretty much over. We'll maybe do a couple more videos than that, but pretty much just football from here on out, guys.
Oh,
So, I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks
NBA
for
starts
watching.
soon as well.
And it's NB Sportscast. See you later. Peace out. Bye bye. And go Hawks.
Yeah. Seattle stand out.